Howdy ho, my friends and neighbors. Now, this is so. Howdy ho, my friends and neighbors. Now, my today in history, well, this was actually February 7th, so this was a few days ago. February 7th, 1979, was the day that a brave little blood clot broke free and made its way to the brain of Dr. Josef Mengele. Yeah, 1979. Yeah, that Dr. Josef Mengele, the angel of death. He was the conductor of experiments at Auschwitz, and he escaped to Brazil, and he died while swimming. He had a stroke and died. Now, this was in 1979. But the death was not verified until 1985 because, well, we'll get there. So in 1943, okay, Heinrich Himmler is named the chief doctor of Auschwitz. And he is super excited for this new position. He was known, obviously, for his experiments on twins, heinous experiments on twins. The man was a ghoul. He was a ghoul. But as the prisoners came in, he would shout left, right, which, would determine their fate in an instant. That was how he conducted as the prisoners, as the Jewish people were coming off the train. That is what he would do. Now, he is also not, he would inject petrol and chloroform into people and watch and just see, just to see what would happen. His experiments on twins were disgusting, to say the least. Experimenting on one to see if the other would feel it. The man, so many words, all bad words to describe that inhumane piece of crap. Anywho, he escaped when Germany lost. He escaped and he went to go work as a stableman on a farm, on a Bavarian farm, and he stayed there, I'm assuming, until he got money, whatever. But then he moved to South America. Now, we're gonna stop right there. If you don't know, our country, the United States, and other countries too, Western countries, were very eager to get their hands on the German engineering and technology and what they had learned. And so there were many of the higher ups that made it out. Some got moved to America. Some were moved to the United States. Let me clarify, to the United States. Some escaped to South America because maybe they didn't have, as much to offer, or it had already been offered, whatever. But one thing I will say about Hitler, while we in the United States, it was wrapped up in a nice neat bow. He offed himself in the bunker with his girlfriend Eva there. But Germans are they think it's comical that is in our history books. Several people, in fact, even German foreign exchange students that I've talked with are always surprised that is taught in our history here, because it is a very well-known fact in Germany that Hitler escaped to South America, to Argentina being one of the places. But so this was not uncommon. This was where a lot of the SS officers went to. They escaped to South America, whether it was, they paid their way, they were given a pass, whatever. The ones that should have paid for what they did not. So, and Mengele was one of those. So he is working on a Bavarian farm, whatever. He gets the money somehow, and then he moves to South America. And he becomes a citizen of Paraguay. And at some point, he moves to Brazil, where he meets up with Wolfgang Gerhardt. Now, Wolfgang Gerhardt dies at some point, and Mengele takes over his identity and, lives out the rest of his piss poor existence of a life, and dies while swimming in Brazil. Apparently, this was a very common thing for him to do. Now, There is a movie, and I've just started watching it. If anyone has seen it, wants to comment on it. Boys from Brazil. It's actually a 1978 movie, which I find ironic that this movie was made a year before he died. I'm wondering if he watched it. I'm wondering if he had any say-so in it. Boys from Brazil, Gregory Peck, and Laurence Olivier are in this movie. Basically, it's where they find out that there are Hitler is living in Brazil, and they're trying to clone Hitler is what's going on. But that's really no. Like I said, I haven't finished watching it. But if you have, let me know what you think of it. Yeah, it was just they were cloning neo-Nazis. It was basically they were wanting to clone Hitler. So there are lots of things, and this also brings me around to thinking, Mengele was not a millionaire, billionaire with contacts that were billionaires and other heads of countries. Maybe he did. To my understanding, he did not. I mean, why would he have gone to go work as a stableman in Bavaria, on a Bavarian farm? To other characters in our recent histories, recent as in 2019. This is the belief of mine. One, certain people who had emails that are being discussed and files and whatnot, and were also just as heinous and disgusting as Mengele, did not off themselves in the same manner that Hitler did not, and that they are living somewhere in some foreign country thinking, I got away with it. Yeah, that chaps my hide. The only comfort I have is that at some point in the future, whether it's in the afterlife, whatever, there will be a comeuppance, there will be a reckoning for what is done. And as far as Mengele, I hope he struggled a bit. When that brave little clot broke free and traveled to his brain, I feel that I hope Mengele struggled at the very least. That's what will get me. That's what will give me peace. And as for that other guy, Mr. Epstein, I hope. I would love to think that he is miserable somewhere, but I know he's not. He's fine. He's not able to be out in public like he likes to, and maybe do whatever. But he's still doing what he does. So, in turn, that was my long drawn out story about Josef Mengele and the brave little blood clot that could, and Mr. Epstein, who is living somewhere, I'm sure in South America somewhere, hopefully someone finds him someday. That would be nice. I would like that. Anywho, cups up to the brave little blood clot that could.